Hi, Zaharis, beginning fourth grade bass players. This is going to be your very first video for video practice, week 1. And so please do not have your instrument out for this video. I just have it out to show you how to take care of it. I'm going to show you parts of the instrument that you need to know. If you haven't worked through your first module, please go ahead and work through that. So that you can be practicing the parts of the instrument and how to take care of it and be able to follow along this video easier. So first thing we're going to do is talk about the bow, and we're going to make sure that it is ready to play with. So I have a little song, you can sing it with me. It goes, tighten the bow before you play, loosen it before you put it away. So you can sing that with me. Ready, sing. Tighten the bow before you play, loosen it before you put it away. So I'm going to have it loose right now so I can show. Can you see that on the camera there? How the hair is pretty relaxed. It's almost touching the stick. Okay, so just so you know, this is horsehair. We never ever touch it with our skin. It can ruin the horsehair so it doesn't make a good sound. And we can touch, this is the frog, we can touch the frog, we can touch the screw, we can touch the stick, we can touch the tip. You can put the bow hair on your clothes, that's okay, and on your instrument in the appropriate places. I'm going to lay the bass down safely. That's the other thing, is I want you to be very safe with how you store your instrument. We talked about this in class, but make sure it's always put away in a case. We never just leave it upright. We always put it in our case. I'm going to hold it up so you can see on the video on the side. It's safe this way. You wouldn't want to lay it this way on the back, and definitely not on the bridge. That will break it. Okay, so bass, most expensive instrument, where you're taking care of between $1,000 and $2,000 right here. So pretty sure as a fourth grader, it's the most valuable thing you've owned. So please, please, please take lots and lots of good care of this. Guard it with your life. Make sure when you do pack it up that the end pin is put inside of the bass if you need it. Most of you do not need it because you're still not fully grown yet, and so the bass without the end pin hide up will probably be high enough. We'll talk about setting that up, but this week is mostly going to be about taking care of the bass and learning the bow. We're not really going to work on the bass much, so though you might have it at your house, don't use it too much. Just keep it safe is your main objective. Okay, so we remember we're tightening the bow. So how would you tighten the bow? Probably you've learned righty-tighty, lefty-loosey before. If you look at a bow, you can see, hopefully your bow is shaped like an upside-down rainbow. Okay, we want that. That's super good. If you ever see your bow straight or it looks like a real rainbow, you are in trouble. You're going to break that bow. So you need to loosen it a lot. Okay, this bow is already loose, so I'm going to tighten it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Tighten it enough so that you can put a pencil easily in between the stick and the hair in the center. Okay, that's how you would know it's a good tighten amount. So the first thing you'll do is tighten your bow. The next thing you'll do is rosin. We talked about in class, you want to have Pops rosin here. This is the best rosin for Arizona climate for bass. So it's got that papery stuff on it, and so you're going to pull some of the papery stuff down because the paper won't be good on the bow hair. And then you're going to rosin it by pulling it down bow. So I'm going to teach you what a down bow is. I'm going to teach you how to hold the bow. Now this is pretty heavy. So if you can't get a good bow hold for rosining, then you can set your bow down after you rosin. Grab a stick, maybe a pencil, like the Harry Potter ones, toothbrush, coffee stirrers. There's lots of good things you can practice holding the bow. This is much easier. You want to start with something easy so you can be successful and master the posture, and then you can transfer to the heavier. Okay, so bow hold, we've got a little pad on the front end of the frog here. So beginner bow holds, you can do this. It makes it a little lighter. If you're ready for a challenge, you can go onto the stick right where the frog goes in, but do not put your thumb inside the frog's mouth. We're going to keep it right on the edge of the stick. I recommend you start on the beginner bow hold though, at least for bass, because it is so heavy. All right, bow song. Get a little rosin there. I'll put the rosin away because we'll do that in a minute. Okay, here's a bow song. Thumb bend, middle extend, fingers drop, flop till you drop. And the rosin's super sticky, so it might come off on you too. So when you are doing this bow hold, there's some ingredients to look for. Bent thumb. Don't let it straighten if you see all the wrinkles. It's easier to keep it bent, so do that. Fingers are a little bit spread apart. We're going to teach you some exercises after we rosin a little bit to check. Another good way to think about your bow hold, if you just shake out your hand like you're going to go to sleep and you relax it, turn it upside down like somebody's ready to pay you. If you flip your bow upside down and then put your thumb where it goes, you'll probably have a really good bow hold. Okay, so now what, we have that good bow hold hopefully. And remember, we talked about basses not using their elbow, but when you rosin, it's okay if you bend your elbow because you probably need to. So we're going to pull down bow. Down bow always starts with frog. Frog to tip, and then we lift. Frog, tip, lift. Frog, tip, lift. You probably just need, depends if your bow is brand new. If your bow's brand new, you might need to do it 10 times or more. Otherwise, you probably just need about 3 or 4 times, okay? Make sure you put your rosin away because it melts in room temperature if you don't put it away. Okay, so we've got our good bow hold. Let's have you sing the bow song with me because you want to practice singing this bow song at least 3 times a day so you have it memorized and it just becomes part of your nature. Okay, ready, sing. Thumb bend, middle extend, fingers drop, flop till you drop. You'll notice, I didn't talk about this, but even if you're left-handed, you're going to use your right hand to hold the bow. Okay, your left hand's going to be working on fingering patterns. So you're using both hands no matter if you're right or left-handed. We always have to match in orchestra so that our bows don't collide. It looks better. This is in the way the instrument's set up. So we're always going to have the right hand on the bow, the left hand fingering, no matter what handedness you are. But use your left hand to support you. It'll help. If you can put your left hand on the frog or the tip, just don't touch the horsehair. It makes the bow lighter because you can transfer some of the weight to the other hand. Okay, so now we're going to practice some monkey swings. This is the first exercise that you're going to work on for bass, and it's very unique to bass because the bass is the only instrument that is going to use the shoulder. So if we come back to school in person and you're coming to class with violins, violas, and cellos in your class, I'll always be saying, don't move your shoulder, only move your elbow. Well, that's not for you. That's just for the rest of the class. You got to keep your elbows straight and your shoulder is the one doing the motion. Let's talk about your bow hold one more time before we do more monkey swings. Make sure that you're leaning into the stick. I call this salt shaker exercise. So when you have your good bow hold, thumb bend, middle extend, fingers drop, pinky on top. You can lift up all the fingers except the thumb and the pointer finger. You're leaning into the stick like you're shaking salt on your food, leaning to the left. That's going to get you a good amount of your arm weight into the bow so you can get a good grip on the sound, on the string, and get a powerful sound. I've seen so many cello and bass players hold their bow like this. So I want you to notice, and when you make a video for me this week of your bow hold, notice what you look like. If you look like this, we need to work on your salt shaker exercise. Okay? Notice that your thumb is bent. You can do thumb bumps. Here's another exercise. Pick a number between 5 and 10 every day and do that many thumb bumps. You touch the bent part of your thumb to your nose while you keep the rest of your fingers in their correct position. Salt shakers, I mean, I would do it like a violin player and it won't hurt you. You can just lean into the stick, try to press the stick down to the hair. If you want to do it with bass posture, I got rosin on my hair. You can put it on your pants. Just don't do this wearing shorts because then your skin would touch it. And I'm still pressing. I don't know if you can see that in the video, hopefully. The stick is touching the hair. You probably can't see that much detail. But as I press into it, the stick touches the hair. So like if you pick the number 6, you would press the stick into the hair 6 times. Okay, that's your salt shaker exercise. We did thumb bumps. The other exercise we've already done is the monkey swings. So you already know 3 exercises. Here's a couple more you can do. Windshield wipers, don't hit the bow against anything. Keeping all of your bow posture the way it is meant to be. All these exercises will grow your hand strength. Don't drop the bow, especially if you have tile floor, you can really hurt your bow. Take breaks if you need. Use a pencil, Harry Potter wand, something lighter if it's too difficult. Okay. Stir some soup. Check your thumb is bent. Check you're leaning into the stick. Okay, this is a lot of stuff to take in. So all these bow exercises I want you to do every day. I want you to sing your bow song every day. And then you're going to make a video to share with me what your bow hold looks like. Show me some of your bow exercises on your video. Show me how you're doing those. That will be really, really helpful. If you want an extra challenge, pretend you're holding a bass. We're not going to actually hold that until next week, but your left hand's going to go up like a drink of water. Your feet, you got to stand up. You can't do this sitting down. Your feet are going to be right underneath your hips. Okay, if you know yoga, it'd be like a mountain pose in yoga. And you're going to be evenly balanced. And the base, when it comes to you, is going to make an L shape. So think of the base like the top of the L, and then your body is the bottom of the L. It'll come into your left leg, hip area. Okay. You're not going to do it with a real instrument, so I'm not going to do it with a real instrument today. But I want to show you some other parts of the bass, because you need to know the parts of the instrument. So remember, we've got the frog, tip, horsehair, stick, the screw, and when we're done, we always lefty-loosey. Remember, tighten the bow before you play, loosen it before you put it away. Loosen it the same number of turns that you tightened it. Okay, so it should look pretty loose, it should feel relaxed. And then some parts of the bass, because I want you to be really, really careful when you are handling the bass. You're not holding it in posture yet, but we want to know what they're called. So as we get ready to play, we're going to need to know these holes inside the bass, or where the sound comes out. They're called F holes. They're shaped like the letter F, so that's good. Helps you remember. Then we've got the bridge. Don't touch the bridge. Don't lean on the bridge. It's not glued on, so you want to be very careful. It's a very delicate part of the instrument. The whole instrument's very delicate. And then you've got your highest string is the furthest string away from you. As you hold it, the closer you get towards you, you're going to have a lower string. So when I teach you the names of your strings, I start from the top, G, D, A, E. So you can practice saying the names of your strings this week so you can remember. I like to say good dogs always eat. You can make up your own phrase, G, D, A, E, to remember it. Interesting fact about the bass is it has the same strings as the violin does, but in opposite order. So the violin is the lowest string is their G, but it's your highest string. The violin's highest string is E, but that's your lowest string. Do not touch these pegs. The pegs on the bass are very, very different than a viola, cello, or violin. But we're just going to stay far away. Each of these strings is probably worth $40 to $50, and you don't want to take a chance breaking a string. So just make sure that you keep that how it is. It should stay fairly well in tune. If you need tuning, we'll set up an appointment with me for tuning. So those are the main things you'll need to know. Also, we've got the fingerboard here, which we'll talk about more next week. So your big focus this week is on keeping the bass safe and practicing bow exercises, bow holds, getting your bow strength. And I look forward to seeing all those videos of bow exercises and bow holds. Have a great week. Bye.